Have you ever stopped to wonder why we see the world the way we do? How do our minds take in the abundance of information bombarding us every moment and create a coherent perception of our surroundings? Gestalt psychology, a branch of psychology that emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, offers a compelling explanation for how our minds organize and interpret sensory information. In this video, we will delve into the fascinating world of Gestalt psychology and explore some of its key techniques. Namaste, exploring the mind together. The term Gestalt originates from the German word for shape or form. Gestalt psychologists believed that our perceptions are not simply a sum of individual sensory inputs, but rather they are shaped by the relationships between those inputs. The Gestalt laws of perceptual organization describe how our minds naturally group and organize stimuli based on certain principles such as proximity, similarity, and closure. One of the most well-known Gestalt principles is the law of proximity, which states that objects that are close together are perceived as being part of the same group. For example, when you look at a collection of dots, you are likely to see them as clusters rather than as individual dots because your mind is grouping them based on their proximity to one another. This principle helps us to simplify the complex world around us by grouping related elements together, making it easier for us to process information. Another key principle is the law of similarity, which states that objects that share similar features, such as color, shape, or texture, are perceived as belonging to the same group. It helps us to see patterns in our surroundings and to quickly identify objects or groups of objects. The law of closure is also an important principle in Gestalt psychology. It states that our minds tend to complete incomplete or fragmented stimuli, such as a circle with a missing piece, to form a complete figure. This principle helps us to fill in the gaps in our perceptions, making it easier for us to make sense of our surroundings. Gestalt psychologists also made important contributions to our understanding of visual perception. For example, they discovered the concept of figure ground perception, which is the idea that our minds automatically separate objects from their backgrounds and perceive the objects as figures in the foreground. They also explored the concept of the whole being greater than the sum of its parts, which means that our perception of an object is influenced not only by its individual parts but also by the relationships between those parts. Gestalt psychology has made significant contributions to our understanding of how the mind processes and interprets sensory information. By exploring the principles of proximity, similarity, closure, figure ground perception, and the whole being greater than the sum of its parts, Gestalt psychology provides a fascinating glimpse into the mysteries of the mind. Whether you are a psychologist, a neuroscientist, or simply curious about how the mind works, the principles of Gestalt psychology are sure to capture your imagination and spark your interest. Dr. Latifah was with you. Namaste.